Good evening friends, myself Dr. Kavan Parikh, All India rank 18 in NEET PG 2019 would like to discuss some strategy regarding the preparation of entrance exam during the internship. So if we talk about the internship year, this is the year of final showdown for your preparation, and this is also an year where you are bestowed upon with the duties of your internship in the hospital. So it becomes quite difficult to balance both these things and eventually prepare well for your entrance exam. So first of all, the first important point regarding the internship preparation is to have an early start. Early start will always help you gain an advantage during your preparation. What is the advantage of an early start? There are basically two advantages of an early start. First of all, it will help you to create a gap in terms of your preparation when you will have areas or time periods when you are not able to prepare as per your schedule. This early start will help to fill up this gap, and this gap is inevitable. It will come in the preparation of each and every student during the internship. But if you have taken an early start, it will help you to fill up this gap. Second thing, it will give you a psychological motivation that you are ahead of others and you will eventually remain at par with them even if your time gets wasted in some or the other inevitable stuff. After an early start, second thing is to decide what to do, whether to join a coaching institute, whether to join a course like test and discussion, whether to go for app-based learning or whatsoever. So you can just have a simplified approach for this. Just ask yourself if you have done any classes or any coaching before. If the answer to this question is yes, if you have done a regular coaching before, then you have two options. Either you can go for a test and discussion course or you can go for an app-based MCQ practice. Now, how to choose between these two? Now, you have to see for yourself whether you are a self-disciplined person or not. If you are a self-disciplined person and if you can prepare without any external force, pressure or motivation, then you can go for an app-based MCQ practice and self-learning. It will help you to frame your own schedule and you can work as per your own timings. If you feel that you are not a self-disciplined person and you require a constant push, then test and discussion would be a good option for you, or in that case you can repeat the regular classroom course again also if time permits. It will constantly keep you in touch with the faculties, their motivation and their upcoming trends of the exams. So that will help you in deciding and tailoring your approach. Now, if you have not done any coaching or any type of MCQ based preparation before and you are starting it in this year itself, then also you have two options. You can either go for a regular classroom teaching where you would be making notes of the different subjects and you would be preparing from them, or second option is you can go for app based, but this time it would be a video lecture based learning, because at least once during your preparation you require thorough understanding of the concepts and the subject as a whole. Either it be a face-to-face session or it be through a video lectures. So based on this flowchart, I think you would be able to decide what method to choose for your preparation. Coming to the next important point regarding the preparation is the time management. How to manage time between your internship duties and your preparation. So for this, first of all, what you have to do is, first of all, you have to divide your entire posting duration of around 10 to 12 months into light and heavy postings. This light and heavy postings are in terms of the frequency with which they call us and the frequency with which we are loaded with the work. Now, light postings and heavy postings, once you divide your entire internship into these two parts, you will get a rough layout of how many months you have for your core preparation of difficult and lengthy topics and how many months you have which are likely to get wasted in your internship. Now, based on this division, you have to decide what you will do. Now, first of all, what you will do in the light postings. Now, whenever you have light postings, this is an opportunity for you and you have to grab this opportunity. And in this, you have to focus on two important types of subjects. One is the major subjects and another is your own weak subjects. Major subjects are those subjects where there is more question weightage in entrance exams, like roughly 20 or more questions per subject are asked. They are considered as the major subjects. If I briefly lay out the major subjects of the entire MBBS curriculum, they stand as follows: pathology, pharmacology, microbiology, PSM, OBGY, surgery and medicine. These are the subjects which carry roughly 20 or more number of questions per subject, and therefore they are considered as major subjects. Coming to the periods when you have a heavy postings. Now these are the time periods or months where you will not be able to contribute much to your preparation. So even during this period, you have to make sure that you are psychologically motivated, and you have to keep this in mind that everyone is going to face such difficult times, and it is those who remain persistent in their preparation in this time will be able to gain better. So smartly you can work upon your minor subjects which require less time investment, and your strong subjects. These are the subjects which you are good at in your UG, and you have to decide the strong subjects based on your test performances. The subjects in which you are able to score around 60 to 70% of the questions correct, either with or without preparation, you can consider them as your strong subjects in the beginning. And these minor and strong subjects, you can keep them for your heavy internship postings, because they will be completed rapidly and they will give you a psychological boost that you are able to complete your syllabus. Now, one particular category of subjects which I would like to mention here are the generally weak subjects. Now, generally weak subjects are those subjects which are weak for a majority of population, and these subjects include biochemistry, anatomy, because these are more of informative subjects, then forensic medicine, then microbiology, ophthalmology, psychiatry, and the two evergreen subjects, medicine and surgery. Medicine and surgery, they are important, but at the same time they are weak, and they are weak because of their content. They are too long to be completed, and that is why they eventually remain weak. But medicine, surgery, I am keeping them separately because these are the areas where you don't have to go extensively in your preparation. You have to be highly selective and you have to focus more upon the high yielding contents only. Talking about the priority of subjects to be planned in your preparation. Now, if you talk of priority, I would like to give you 3 points which you should keep them in sequence while planning for your subjects. First of all, the mark weightage. Those subjects which are carrying a high mark weightage should definitely be given priority. Second point to be kept in mind is weak over strong subject. If two subjects are carrying equal mark weightage, then you have to choose which one is weaker for you, and the weak subject should be handled first. Suppose you have two subjects of equal mark weightage and they are equally strong or weak, then you have to see which one is minor and which one is major. Here minor major means which one is able to be completed in a shorter span of time, because in this year time is money, and the more you complete in lesser amount of time, that will help you gain more in your exam performance. Another way in which the subjects can be sequenced in your preparation is first of all, as per your class schedule. If you have joined any coaching institution, then there will be a format, there will be a timetable of that particular institute, and you can follow that timetable, because that would be easy to manage along with the classes. Second, you can tailor and you can attend the subjects based on the profs, like first year, second year, third first, third final, or you can go in a retrograde fashion from third final, third first, second year, first year, etc. Then one more approach is to alternate the minor and the major subject. You can go for one major, one minor subject alternatively. Fourth approach, you can also go for an alternate sequence of clinical and non-clinical or paraclinical subject. So basically this type of approaches will help you fight your boredom, and it will eventually help you cover more content in less number of time. Coming to the planning of the preparation. Now when you are talking of the planning has to be divided into two parts. There has to be a gross plan and there has to be a detailed plan. Now what is the meaning of gross plan? Gross planning includes certain important aspects, like first of all is the early start, which I have already mentioned the importance of. Second is to have a rough overview of your entire forthcoming 10 to 12 months of preparation. Like what would be the months when you will get less hours to study, what would be the months when you will have more hours to study. Then one important thing which each and every one of you will have to do separately and individually is to define a pattern. Defining a pattern is very, very important, and this pattern or strategy of preparation should be unique to your own strengths and weaknesses. You have to see what type of learning suits you, whether you should study alone or you should study in a group of 2 or 3 discussing the content, whether you should join a coaching institute or you should go for an app-based learning, whether you should prioritize the subject based on the strengths, weaknesses, or based on the years, whatsoever it may be. So basically, defining a pattern is an individual thing which is to be done, and for that what you require is an introspection and understanding of your own personality and the way you are and the methods which suit you. So if you are able to figure that out properly, you will be able to define a unique and useful pattern for yourself. Fourth thing which has to be done in a gross planning is the setting of the timeline. It is very important to start and to continue preparation with a time frame in mind. You cannot go for starting a subject and then eventually completing it lavishly. You have to set an endpoint within which you will try to cover 70 to 80% of that subject. And once you have a frame of time in your mind will automatically become serious and it will focus more during the preparation. So setting a timeline is very important when you are preparing. Coming to the detailed plan. Now, detailed plan includes a tailored approach. Now, this tailored approach means you have to approach based on your own strengths and weaknesses and your own timetable of internship and personal commitments. Based on that, you have to decide how will you divide and devote the time to each subject. Along with that, you should make a monthly, a weekly, and a daily schedule. Never work without making a schedule. And this schedule should not be a watertight schedule. It should not be very strict or rigid. Have some time in between, make a flexible schedule so that you can adjust some inevitable wastage of time. Along with that, a detailed planning also includes two important things, that is the compensation and the prioritization. Now, compensation means to cover those things which you have left behind due to some or other reason. You should always have a diary where you are noting down the leftover stuff during your preparation, and you should always have it in the back of your mind and try to finish them as early as possible. Second thing is prioritization. Whenever you feel you are running short of time, you should definitely see and introspect how can you prioritize the content based on the importance they carry, as well as whether it is your strong or weak areas. Prioritization is a key thing to be done, because eventually no one is going to be able to complete each and everything during this 10 months of preparation. It is a person's individual and wise decision which will make the difference. So this was about gross and detailed planning. Now I would like to discuss something regarding the timeline of preparation. Ideally, or it is advisable that you should have your first reading, and along with that first reading you should at least try to cover 2 to 3 revisions during this year, because revision is a very important thing. I would say revisions are more important than the first reading itself, because they help you in retaining the stuff in a better way and in coming to the right conclusion in a very short span of time, like 40 seconds per question. So if we talk about first reading, considering an early start, if you are starting your preparation from February, then you should aim at completing your first reading by August. So February to August should be your time frame when you complete your first reading. Coming to the revisions, the first revision you should ideally start from September, and it can be extended to mid-October. That is roughly around 1.5 months. Second revision, you can start from mid-October and you can go up to mid-November, which is roughly 1 month. And third revision is the last 15 to 20 days revision, where you will be targeting very highly selective topics. Revision strategy and the last minute exam strategy we would be discussing in the upcoming video. Thank you very much.